I have here my house swimming sports notice, and I've received 5 responses. There are a couple of queries here on the right, one unmatched, one duplicate, one hidden, and I want to take a look at those. Clicking over here on the notice will take me to the response table for that notice. First of all, on the response table, if I hover over any of the headings, a flag comes up with the full heading. Also, if I click on any of the headings, it will reorganize the table by that column header alphabetically. That can be really helpful for a question like, are you available to help with supervision? Because I can bring all my yeses to the top, and then I can contact those parents and follow up on that. Also, at any time, if I want to view an individual summary for a student, clicking on the green plus button will show me the questions and summary for that student. And if I want to view the actual parent response as an image, I can click on that and view the actual form for that parent, including the signature down the bottom there. Now I'm going to take a look at the tags. The first tag is the updated tag, and the parent edited this response. The original response is hidden. So yes, the parent submitted a response, and when they submit a response, in the bottom of the email is a link which allows them to go back and re-edit their response. And they can re-edit right up to the cut-off date that you specify, but not after that, because there has to be a critical time where they cannot change their information. So the previous responses before this final version are hidden, but we can view them by ticking here, show hidden responses. And here it is down the bottom here. And it might be interesting to look, so that's been hidden and replaced by this updated version. It might be interesting to look at what they changed. So permission, yes, yes, hasn't changed. Paying at the school office hasn't changed. My child is a confident swimmer has not changed. Are you available to help with supervision? No, and then yes. So that's good news. The parent can now help with supervision. And there's nothing further to do with that. The next tag is email mismatch. Parent typed an email that differs from school email. Here is the school email over to the right, the one that is on your school system and on the website database. And the parent has entered a different email when they've submitted the form this time. That could be because they have a different email, and you may choose to add that different email into your contact system as an additional email, or maybe the email on the school website needs to be updated. The other reason is because a parent has typed in their email incorrectly this time. There's nothing further to do with that, it's just an FYI. Unmatched. Tag, student name does not match any expected name. So the system automatically matches student names with the names of the students in your class, but in this case it has not been able to, and you can see why. It's because the parent has entered their own name, Mary Haney, as the student name, probably accidentally, and so in that case we need to just manually match this form to the correct student. So click on this tag tool, and then from the drop down menu where all your students are, select the correct student, here she is, and update that response. That is now linked with the correct student, and it will update your dashboard response number. The next tag is the duplicate tag. So more than one response was received for the student. In this case, the parent has filled out the form 2 times. And they've filled it out once at, the timestamp can be helpful, 1:33 and 1:34. And this can often be because a parent is unsure whether they have clicked submit or not, and so they've filled out the form and submitted it again. And it's helpful to look at the responses to see if anything's changed. So that hasn't changed, that hasn't changed. Okay, my child can swim 25 meters. They have actually changed that in the second form to my child is not confident in the water. So they haven't actually used the edit tool of the edit link from their email. They've just submitted another form. Now, because this form came after the first form, I would hide the first response or maybe contact the parent since it's such an important piece of information to get correct. But in this case, I'm going to assume that the child is not confident swimmer and hide the earlier response. So click on the tag and hide this earlier response. Right, we've dealt with all of the tags, so we can go back to the dashboard. And the queries have gone and the counter has gone up by 1, and everything has been resolved.